Okay, let's move to the next game. Purdue at Notre Dame. I
Oh,
don't know what to make of Notre Dame here. You got 7 in the hook in this one. Notre Dame is favored by 58.5 for the total. Purdue's still trying to find its footing. It had a couple years ago under Coach Braum. What do we make of Notre Dame? The luck of the Irish has been with them for 2 weeks. They beat Florida State in a game they had control of, lost control of, took control at the end and won. Last week, I'm not even sure what was happening. They darn near lost that. Jack Cohn, the quarterback's over on the sideline, getting a finger popped in place, runs back out, throws the go-ahead touchdown to win that one late. What are we doing with Notre Dame and Purdue in this one? Are you comfortable with it more than a touchdown?
No, I'm not comfortable with anything Notre Dame's doing, and that's personal as much as it is numbers-wise. I was rooting for Florida State to win that game, opening game, and then I was checking the scores last week, and I was like, can this really happen? Can they lose this game? And then you see the highlights. I'm like, nope, they do have the luck of the Irish. Touchdown, Jesus, all that stuff. The game's at home. I don't know yet what to make of Purdue either. That's the hard part. So you see this number, 7.5. It's pretty much it's a couple 7.5s left. It's going up to 8 in a lot of places already. And I think it's going to keep trending that way because no matter what, Notre Dame is one of the best brands in college football, and people bet them. They bet them to lose as well, but it just seems like there's more people that bet them to win. I think my first thought is like anything over a touchdown, I'm looking at dog. Okay. But at some point, is it a class difference? Is Notre Dame just that much better where one of these things is going to kind of snowball and the game gets away from Purdue and Notre Dame wins by 10? Now, can Notre Dame win by 21 and you have a cigar game? I don't really know right now. I don't think so. Can Purdue win this game? Certainly. I think they can. I mean, how many more lives does Notre Dame have left? We'll find out on Saturday. How about the total here, B-How? Like, I'm looking at this going, oh, wow, 58.5 for a Notre Dame Purdue game? Again, maybe it's the book guy in me, but this screams under.
See, I'd be afraid of that. I'd more likely to stay. If you made me take one of those, I think I'm taking Notre Dame, even though I get it. It's one of those that you always battle. You do this a lot in basketball with teams in the NCAA tournament that are just sliding by their first couple games. Are they about to lose, or are they kind of a team of destiny and they're finding ways to win? That's how I feel about Notre Dame. Purdue comes in here off wins over Oregon State and UConn. So I don't know that we know anything about them. The total would scare me only from this standpoint. Notre Dame's given up more 60-yard big plays this season already than they did in the last 3 years combined.
Wow.
They're a very aggressive, attacking defense with the new defensive coordinator, and they've been susceptible to some big plays. You know Braun's going to run gadgets. He's not afraid to pull anything out of the playbook. The total would scare me a little bit. I know why you're saying under. I wouldn't touch it given the big play ability or the lack of stopping the big play from Notre Dame and Braun being able to pull some new things out for Purdue out of the playbook. I don't want the total in this one.
See, this is why we talk every week. That's actually really good. And now I'm off the total. I don't want any part of that. I mean, maybe look to play that thing over, get a couple quick scores, and you get a number in the high 60s.
There you go.
And then you can kind of do that in game. But yeah, no, I don't. I think you got me off the pregame total. I love it.
That's a good call right there. The in game, as we talk a lot about, if you can get a couple big plays and scores and push that up, and then maybe Notre Dame goes to try and run it a little bit, bleed some clock. There you go. That's a good way to look at that.
Yep.